This game is not suitable for children who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. Would you like to review detailed content warnings which contain spoilers? Alternatively, in-game content warnings can be enabled in the settings menu at any time. I'm pretty sure people know what's in this game. No. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, can you... Oh, I don't know, I said can you. You agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region and your consent to the exposure of the highly disturbing content. I agree. Hello, everybody. My name is MrBonesy, and welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club. Now, it's been a long time coming. I got recommended to play this game. Pop up the comment here somewhere. It's been a while. I wanted to get over Halloween season because I wanted to play a bunch of scary games. And although, if you saw that content warning for this, this is not what it seems. It's not a dating sim. At least that's what its page says. There's a lot more. I actually played this on release. So I was very much debating on whether or not if I even should play this game. Guess what I am if you've seen this video. Reason why I finally decided to play it, even though I was struggling back then to not play it, is because I was like, I played it and this game is mainly about the reaction. But then again, I played like chapter 1 of Deltarune, and I played that just for the video. And I also played all the Five Nights at Freddy's games, even though I know how those games are. So I was like, might as well, like, hell, I haven't seen any DDLC content in a long time. I don't know when the DDLC Plus came out, but that's the last I've seen any of information for this game. And the reason why I went black there, that scared me, is because I was AFK. Because I'm on my Switch, baby. I got my Bow Wow controller out. I got it on Switch. So I'm actually playing on DDLC Plus. I would play the original version, but I played it already when it came out. And same thing with the Plus version. I played the PC version of that as well when it came out. And my friend bought me this because if you know anything about Doki Doki, it came with a bunch of bonus features if you buy the physical version. My friend gave it to me as a gift. So I'll show you all those right now. I got a metaverse card, which if you don't understand, you will... If you watch this Let's Play, I'll go over it. I got the soundtrack, which looks like a floppy disk. I like how my whole green screen goes completely black when I show you something. That kind of looks scary. That looks kind of scary. So I got my soundtrack disc. I got a sticker sheet with all the characters on it. I actually already used some of the not some of the characters. I only used one of them. But I already used one of the stickers. A nice poem paper. I'll read it later. My Doki Doki Literature Club membership card, which I probably will use as a bit somewhere later in this Let's Play. And I have these on standby, so it's going to be a little weird for me to grab them. Got these little boards of the characters. I got all of them, but I'm only going to show one of them. And that was the first one I grabbed. Yeah. It's been a long time since I even played this game, though, so it's gonna be a nice refresher. I'm just gonna jump right into it. New game. Okay. Well, this took me out of the reality of it being a PC game. Bonesy it is. Yes. Wonder how many disruptions that's gonna be. What the fuck was that? I think it's just the capture card actually capturing it when it fades to black and you can still see the characters there. If so, that's going to be a little weird when transitions happens. Hopefully that wasn't caught and that was just my eyes playing tricks on me. Hey! Oh, I'm not going to be good at reading. I'm not good at this. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. The girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like these, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get more tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel like I feel better off running away. However, I decide idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. What voice should I give Sayori? Should I even do voices? I got it. There's like 4 characters. Fuck. It's like 1 in the morning. I don't want to be like too loud. I haven't even drunk water. My throat's kind of dry. Why did I do this? So many problems. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Bonesy. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, and I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. Tell me if that voice is annoying. I don't know. Give me your opinions in the comments below. But if you did wait for me after... But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have... fuck, I can't read at all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we're drawing near, the streets become increasingly sprinkled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Bonesy, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? Sayori, haven't you already know? I got my membership at the literature club. Not your lousy, pathetic excuse of a literature club. A high business literature club. I don't know where I'm going with this bit. A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't even been looking either. I was in student council once. My real life. I don't know if that says anything about joining clubs. It wasn't really a club, though. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure possibly that I did in one of our mini conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Wow, sounds like you're a good friend, main character. It sounds like you really care about your friends. You're like, yeah, shut it. It's like your wife or something, and you're like depressed. Ari likes to worry a little too much about me. When I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Games, yes. Anime, not so much. I mean, the only piece of movie content I watched, or show content I watched recently, was just the Shrek movie. So, I don't know about anime, but games, I'm definitely doing my Bow Wow, so. This cord's annoying for the Switch. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. You don't need clubs to socialize. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I'll die at the thought you'll become a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. All right. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relate to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Also, I'm just gonna throw this out here. If I read a word incorrectly, like it says like pretend, but I say like pretty. Don't hate me. My brain's going a million miles per hour, and my education systems failed me when I was in elementary school. Just throwing that out there. That's a true story, and I'll go into that in like 5 years or something. That's my life. So I'm not good at reading, but I had to teach my... Why is everything on my Switch updating? I recently connected it to the internet, because I haven't touched the Switch in a long time, and now it's updating every game in the background. Going on a tangent. Gotta continue on the game. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. That's relatable. Clubs. Sorry wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Don't join those. I never joined them myself, but they're terrifying. I knew the people who were in them, and like, I know it's like a messed up thing to like assume, but they're all weird. They're all just like, well, I mean, the teacher was cool, but like, they're weird. All the students, and funny enough, they're all women. I don't know if that says anything about my school, but I didn't see any guys in the anime club, which now I think about it makes more sense, but that probably gave me more reason not to join, if I was going to join. Hello? Sayori must have came into the classroom while I was spacing out. I looked around and realized that I'm the only one left in the classroom. Totally normal Japanese schools. I thought I would catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for... Fuck. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... Know what? Well, I thought you can come to my club. Priority. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Dory's the vice president of the Allergic Club. I'm just a member, so... I like how every time I flash the card, since it's like actually plastic, like a card would be, it just flashes the light. So it just looks like I'm holding a white square, but if I focus, you could see it. I promise, I'm verified. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Also, I don't know how it's going to be in the video. Made my webcam smaller in OBS, so yeah, I can actually read. It's a console game, so I have a giant light where my TV would be. So I'm using OBS to see. So I'm actually always seeing myself, so it's making me hard to play this. So, but I'm not sure how tiny I am in the video, especially since I'm on this side. Which now I think about it. I'm on this side now. Let's see how that affects the tech. I gotta be over here because I don't want to be like, oh. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Some might call it a yawn. Fine, I'll stop for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! Man, these transitions are like... I wish that was actually school where you just like... And then it was like, end of the school day already. It was never like that. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Sounds like EDP, but... Yeah, actually, it sounds exactly like him. I was gonna try to say something that's like, oh, but it's like this, but quite literally. I selectively follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori is full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! I told you not to call me a new member. I glance around the room. God. I don't know how to do your voice. I should give her a deep voice, like, welcome to the Lurch. How is that too deep? I don't know. Once again, leave comments, maybe suggestions. I don't know. Welcome to the Allergic Club. It's a pleasure to meeting you. Always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? I just knew that her voice would be annoying as hell. Way to kill the atmosphere. Sounds like my Undyne voice. Ah, Bonesy, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. I like how you knew me by name. And that's, well, then again, it's how you talked about me. All worlds? Oh, I hope not. All words escape me at this situation. This club. It's full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. And it's strange, because if you look at the wiki or anything like that, they're all 18. So if she is a first-year student, she was really stupid and got held back. Or maybe some complicated things and she got held back. I'm not judging. I mean, I know a friend that was held back, and I don't care about him. You could just... Fuck, I already forgot Sayori's voice because of these interesting characters. You can just ignore... No, that's like a mixture of Natsuki's voice. Fuck. I'm already melting. You could You could ignore her when she gets moody. Dari says that quietly in my ear and turns back towards the other girls. Well, the way I said it sounded like she just said it out loud, so... Anyways, this Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Oh well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Bonesy. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we're in the same class last year. That doesn't count. I was in the same class with a few other kids, and I'll still say I don't know them. I just seen them. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. For having her smile at me so genuinely, there, I think, feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Budsy. We made room for you at the table. You can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. I already forgot your voice. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been wider, so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to what looks like little cats. Ain't that very sweet? I don't know what I was going to add to that comment. I'm probably going to leave that whole awkward silence there because I was trying to think of something and my brain just couldn't think of anything. I'll tell you exactly what my brain went to. My brain went to, what joke can I make with cupcakes? And then my brain went to, well, the last time I had cupcakes was on my birthday. And then my brain went to, they were decorated like pumpkins. And then my brain's like, I'm staying quiet for way too long. I should say something. I like how Monica just looks like, and Sayori just actually looks stunned. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. I love how those two between her are like, oh yeah, and then Natsuki's like, ugh! It's like a smoker. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and already managed to get icing on her face. It sure looks like that up there. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bit down. The icing was sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. I don't really like icing. I'm gonna just throw that out there. I actually don't like cake. That's my hot take. I say that because I know a lot of people hate me for not liking cake. Say that, but no one cares. Stop updating! I don't care about you, Smash Brothers Ultimate. Anyways, as I was saying, I don't like cakes because of too much frosting, so that's why I get cupcakes. But I still don't like the frosting. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't I heard this somewhere before? Called a tsundere. Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you. You know, you dummy. Why did YouTube? I don't even have YouTube on the Switch. What? Yes, I did. I don't remember downloading them. Then again, I haven't been on my Switch in years. All right. Oh, all right. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. I think I said this in a long video. I'm not a big fan of tea, or at least I never had tea. Every time I had exposure, my dad, when I was at the age, my dad's like, I never liked tea, so you wouldn't. So I was like, I guess. So I never had tea. Never had coffee, but I'm willing to try that. I just never found the excuse to get coffee because I always feel like it would be unhealthy. And again, drinking soda ain't better either, so maybe I shouldn't be talking. He carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You know, you keep a whole tea set in the class. I can't speak. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom. I said it right like 6 times, but I stumbled. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. The thing that's gonna bother me is I know in my head I'm hearing like, okay, I'm changing my voice, but when I'm editing this, it's gonna sound like one pitch difference, and it's gonna bother me that they're not different sounding. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? You know, it's a long time, you know. It's like once you pick up the book, you can't put it down, you know, that's what they say. So like, I just picked up the card and I'm like, oh, it's my duty now. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet. Sayori seems a little happy here, so that's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could possibly be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all that of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I mean, when I first played this, my brain was like, I don't know. I wasn't in a club, so I didn't really know. But now that I was in student council, that's like, I can completely understand this. Oh, not fully, of course. I wasn't a big major group. I actually just like edited the videos for them. I didn't do much for them. But I kind of understand a little bit of it now, so I'm like, well, yeah, it's just mainly like so much like, what's it called? It's like a lot of drama, but like not drama. It's just a lot of stuff happens. You gotta plan for events, and yeah, it's like so much stress to get it all prepared, and you're like, oh god, deadlines. That's how I felt editing. Everyone else probably had it harder than me, and I feel like I'm a dickbag saying I had it hard when people who actually ran the club had harder. I'm gonna stop talking now. I'd rather take something I personally enjoy and make it something special out of it. And if I encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised that aren't many people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! I'm trying to like make Sayori sound different from Natsuki because I kind of have like that scratchiness in my throat for both of them. So I'm just making Natsuki more painful and Sayori less. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why we're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. I don't know why I said we're all when it says they're all, or they were. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Bonesy, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past years, I really don't have a good way of answering that. For me personally, I don't know when's the last time I read, but I like to write. So, like, also on my free time. I know, I have a lot of hobbies. That's none of your guys' like, concern. I don't know if I'll ever, like, I publish anything I'll write. I'll just keep it to myself until I'm actually happy, but I'm never really happy with it. But I write with, like, making my own stories. Sounds gonna be like weird flex, but okay. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half jokingly. Natsuki's head suddenly peeks up. It looks like she wanted to say something, but she kept quiet. Or keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyways, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. See, I like you, Yuri. I like that. I forget my camera's always inverted. That type of story. I like fantasy, not really, but I like realistic fantasy. Like it's some things are make-believe, but mainly set in a realistic setting. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. He seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by now, her eyes lit up, that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like lots of things.
Lots of things.
Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you in for a loop? Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read horror book. I read a horror book once. That's barely grasp something I can relate to at the minimum level. I don't remember when's the last scary book. I remember getting called out of my class when I had a Goosebumps book in like 2nd grade. And I guess this is going to be a little too personal. I'm just throwing out my whole life story out in this whole one video. I didn't learn how to read until I was in 4th grade. My school didn't teach me how. They just thought I would. And my parents didn't think that either. They thought they would teach me, but they didn't teach me. They thought my parents would teach me. I learned how to read when I was in 4th grade. So make fun of me. Make the comments. That's why I suck at reading. I have a hard time grasping it. I had to teach myself, which is very difficult. But as I was trying to say, is in 2nd grade, in my class, they wanted you to not rent, but like get a book from the library, and you're supposed to read it for a month, and then you put it away. And I stupidly was just skimming through the words, not reading, because I didn't know how to. And I was like, finish. And some kid called me out, and the teacher's like, read the first word. And I was like, oh. And she's like, you can't read. I don't know why she said that to me. And she didn't even do anything about it. She just closed my book and walked back to her desk like, well, now I'm ashamed in front of everybody. Fuck you too, teacher. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you can say that. But if the story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I'm hoping the audio for this video ain't too loud, because I tested out with a different game, and it sounded fine, but of course different games, different audios. So hopefully the game ain't louder than me, and if it is, I'll fix it in the next episode. I'm sorry. I'm just talking a lot here. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. She likes anime. She likes meeks. I said manga. Oh my god. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind. What the hell did I say there? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called "Don't Say Aloud" and give it back. Give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. I don't know why I changed her voice. I made her like very high pitch. Everything about you is just as cute as you are. Star slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. Me neither. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your... Where did my brain go? I read it and my brain just stopped. Vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experiences too, Yuri? Maybe you should share some of your work. You could set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. That's literally Natsuki's voice, but not as rough. I need to... We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna give her like a childish voice now. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of this club. Isn't that right, Bonesy? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we're back at the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I've lost my train of thought. Relatable. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But oh, I'm sorry, I thought. Bonesy, you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join this literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes lit up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcake, I would have been super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Hey, thank you for the badge. I mean, like, yeah. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we could officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring it to the next morning, or to the next meeting, so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Bonesy, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Did I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? No, the answer is no. I already feel anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Bonesy. Chit-chat my ass? What do you mean? So if Natsuki and Yuri were cleaning up, the only two people to chit-chat was Sayori and Monica. They must have chit-chat being like, hi. Because, like, she's already talking to me. Unless they're talking as they're cleaning. Hey, Bonesy, I don't know. Should I give her a young voice? Hey, Bonesy, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's probably going to stick around. Is the range I'm going at. That's right. Sayori and I never walked home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls, Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. How do you, like... Oh, that's how... I didn't want to save there. I can't re-rate saves. That's... Or at least not the first one. That's a new one. And of course, Monica. Would I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Okay, that weird, hopefully, if you guys do see that, I'm sorry. Like, the weird visual glitch. It's time to write a poem. Pick words that you think your favorite club member would like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Alright, the first word is suicide. Alright, this is obviously, from the time you know this, the video is going to be long. It's already 30 minutes for me, probably shorter, probably 30 minutes and not 35. I don't know. We'll see in editing. I'm going to probably make this 2 days, quote unquote. So that was a full day up until this point, because I think after this literature club minigame, I'll go to another day. So I'm going to do 2 days up until this. So I'm going to see, I'll end on this screen for the next day is what I'm saying. This is my halfway point. So now the real question is, who should I go for? I don't know. I'll save the game here. I do have 6 pages. Alright. So I don't think I should try to go for a character. I feel like it would be more fun if I just fucked around. So I'm just gonna go with things that I myself would like. So I like the word question. Okay, Yuri. Melancholy is a good word. It's just gonna be Yuri, isn't it? Breathe. I'm just Saxon. Okay, okay. Existence is pretty good. If this is all Yuri, I'm actually like eternity. Okay, I'm not even trying. Disarray, that sounds like something Yuri would pick. I like dark. Okay, that was Sayori. Extraordinary. Ooh, really? Sayori? For me, my head's covering Natsuki. So, like, I can't really... They're, like, right next to my head. I'm like, what's up? It's like one of those, like, shitty, like, Facebook pictures where the guy's just, like, with my girl. I can't even, like, do the pose. Natsuki, my arm's behind you. I don't know. Agonizing. Okay. Intellectual. Uncontrollable. Raindrops. Oh, that's nice. Misfortune. No, I like judgment better. Graveyard. I am MrBonesy. It makes sense. It makes sense. You know what doesn't make sense? Is that when I'm recording, I don't have a fan, so I'm gonna be sweating, and my hair is gonna just slowly go back to like a bowl cut, even though I don't get bowl cuts. And I have to constantly rearrange it. Graveyard. Or I like sadness. Oh, it's gonna be like I'm never gonna get Natsuki because Natsuki is too cute. I'm not saying that's the problem, but picking depression. Oh, that one makes sense for Sayori. Horror. I like scary things. Games. Oh, the first one for Natsuki. Hope. Imagination. Pain. Okay. I got like a weird mixture of everybody. I got one Natsuki, I think, and very few of Sayori, and then a lot for Yuri. Don't you love it when I fall asleep? No, I was outside, so don't you love it when I go outside in my house and I instantly wake up here? I'm like, I'm the right. This is my badge. Hi again, Bonesy. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Bonesy. I hope this isn't too overwhelming for a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack! Sorry told me he didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too! I don't know if your plan just to come here to hang out, or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then we won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you clearly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Technically. I don't know. Does comic books count as literature? They're kind of the same thing. One's stupid. The other one's stupid. Someone's gonna be really mad by me saying that joke. I say that. I have both of those types of books behind me. I have Spider-Man comics, and I think I have Bleach manga. When I inherited when someone left, and I just took it. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plopped back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Bonesy always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps with the busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room's messy and it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Bonesy could become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? No, not really. Don't be shy. It's nothing. I didn't bring a gun, I swear. I don't know why I thought of that. What is it? Never mind. You won't like it, idiot. It just punches me. Get the fuck out of here. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Oh, what do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. I declined the gift. I don't want it. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. I mean, I kind of was. When I first came here, I expected cupcakes. So, like, it would be pretty bold of me to assume I would expect more. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It makes me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Well, how do you feel about this Yu-Gi-Oh! Box collection set? I was hoping we could, you know, play it. Natsuki is over there doesn't want to play with me, so she thinks Pokemon cards are way better. What do you think? Alright, well here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I got you the Necronomicon. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, but it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How's a girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll, I can't speak. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. You! Well, you can read it in your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Daria and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I don't know where you have a transition slide. I just like the picture that's like time passing. So Yuri's just reading more. She's still in the closet. Yada yada. I'm just standing there like activated. Oh, sorry. I was thinking. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I'll feel bad for distracting her from the reading. I catch a glimpse of the corner of the book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More of that. She seems to be on the first few pages. Oh. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. The music changed, finally. I always love the music to this. It's so nice. He sneaks up another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. I hate it when that happens. I had someone in school that did that to me. I think junior year? Yeah, senior year, the more I think about it. It was someone that was ahead of the class, and I was in the back. This whole Let's Play is going to be me reminiscing of my school. But they scared me because every single time I look, they're always like, we'll lock eyes. And I was like, I don't know who this person is. And I didn't know who they were. It was even more just concerning that I realized that because when that happens, your brain goes to places. I was like, do they like me? Who are they? I can't tell. And then I learned, I was like, oh, it's a guy. And then my brain went to, wait a minute. And then I realized it's a whole mess. I hope that person doesn't watch this. Because, I don't even want to talk about it. Because it's a really touchy subject. But thing is that my brain was overplaying things. So, it was completely normal. I don't even think they were trying to lock eyes with me. That only makes her hide her face deepen in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. I was focused. Then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for a particular reason. Just curious. Just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. Like a dog. And it's like, Yuri, what the fuck? What are you talking about? It's very engaging and a relatable story. I'm rearranging my sitting position. Is that so? What is it about anyways? Well... Can't you read the back of the book? Fuck, I knew you didn't read, but I didn't know you had this stuff. Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There is an an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. All right, I'll tell you. It's Journal 3 of Gravity Falls. I don't know why I'm referencing so many different books in my head. I'm just thinking of like so many things. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about a girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? I mean, it's kind of expected. Also, a lot of information. That seems like half the book. That's like if you explain, like, I'm trying to think of a movie everyone knows. That's like saying the SpongeBob movie game. I don't know why I said the game. The SpongeBob movie is about SpongeBob who doesn't get manager role and has to go on a venture to get the crown, save the town, and Mr. Krabs. And when they get back, Plankton's taking it all. And like, it's like you already explained half the plot. Like Yuri. Like, goddamn, don't spoil things. Jesus, I'm glad you weren't a real student that I knew because I'll be very pissed off. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. So that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Bonesy? No, I'm not. No, it's not that. It's just that you spoiled the whole book. Now I don't want to read it. I mean, I could definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot Yuri's into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that these kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you relate to the protagonist, they made out to be a naive one of... Fuck. They're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem, where I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. I'm so sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I started talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I could do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Oh, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slid into the seat next to Yuri's. Oh, yeah? Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company of somebody. I see. So you never had to do a book project in class. I see. Lucky, actually. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I still don't understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I could feel a presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. I don't have that at all! Then again, I can't recall ever feeling like someone's watching over me. I always feel like someone's watching over me, even when no one's there, so I guess I don't know what that exactly feels like. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I know a friend that does that. I'm calling him out, because I know he's going to watch this. I slide my desk until it's up against yours, then I hold my book more between two of them. Oh, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right to hold the book open. Ah, I guess this makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Finally, a new screen. So much imagination comes into play with these. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah, I do the same with my right arm and the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips on her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. Actually kind of distracting me. It smells like perfume. I'm sorry. That's creepy. I'm sorry. It's as if I feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Turn the page. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glanced over to Yuri's face again, and our eyes met. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Oh, that's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. I feel like I was in a similar position, to be honest. Probably the least I could do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she's finished reading the page before me. So I turn it on my own volition. We continued the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an imminent exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me a little bit, you of a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she's also second guesses all of the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. I'm just saying you're a klutz, Yuri. I don't know how else I could break it down to you. I just think you're a clumsy person. It's not like I could see into your head or anything, but they're kind of resonant. That's not the word. I don't know what word that was, but they're kind of reminiscent in some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Bonesy, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Yeah, it probably is. I should have known that. Oh, that's so embarrassing. You think that? Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. I just meant it in a stupid way. I'm ignorant. Give me a chance. Sorry, I didn't know I didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant it in a kind of cute way. What are you saying? What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Oh, Yuri exhales, spreads the finishing. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. I don't know why I said spreads. Is that all right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. Oh, it's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. All right, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on your own time. Damn, homework already. I don't want to finish 2. I was thinking about 1 chapter. All right, stand up. I make a mental note to where I left off in the book and then slide it back into the book or in my bag. I would not be able to do that. I'll be like, where was I? And I'll be flipping through the whole book. I gotta get a bookmarker. Or, God forbid, doing bunny ears. That's horrible, but it's the only way. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! I instantly had to remember. I've been doing Yuri's voice for so long I forgot. Sarah and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sarah is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica writes her in a composition notebook. I could already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Oh, okay, what should I share my poem with first? Let's do the one I'm probably gonna forget the voice of. So, Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Read it, read it. I just shoved the book of paper in her face. Hi, Bonesy. Having a good time so far? Oh, yeah. Good. Glad to hear. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have a suggestion for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. God, I forget to change characters. Of course. Oh my god, my hair. There. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off going with the flow until I'm more settled in. That's exactly what I do. I don't really ask for change. I'm like, I'll just go with it. Anyways, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Bonesy. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Bonesy. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's like a 5-year-old wrote this. I mean, like, I know it's your first time, but you could do better. It's really metaphorical. Not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. I think I heard this before. I wrote a poem once, and I remember something being like, oh, pretty good. And I was like, okay, and I just ripped the paper. I didn't really care. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. The way I always count when I put in some effort. I'm sorry, the last thing I just said sounded really egotistical, and like I was saying I was like, oh, I'm so good. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant that like somebody said I was good at poetry, but I was like one person. I was like hundreds. So like, I don't take that so lightly. That person could have bad tastes. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyways. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sarori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes when readers are left to diverse their own meaning out of it. Or divide. Or wherever. I forgot. I already skipped past the word. I don't know why my words are diverse. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyzing all the nuances. It could take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though, but I'm sure I'm nowhere near that level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'm getting a text message all of a sudden. I would love to see you try new things. First, let me see what this is. Alright, it was just a friend messaging me, so I'm back. I would love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find that kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of styles. But I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to rate the way everyone else wants you to rate. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always find that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction that sparkled protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorned with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole, but it wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Haha, that's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. I don't know about now. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. And when performed out loud, it can really be powerful. Well, I definitely didn't make that powerful then. What was the inspiration behind this one? Ah, well, I'm not sure how I know how to put it. I guess you can say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany. I hate that word. An epiphany. Fuck! An epiphany. I think I'm saying that right. I know what the word is. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming out strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try too hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. Yeah, if I did that, it'll be looking like cartoon writing. I'll just be like, it'll be like a line, a squiggle. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Not good advice, but it's advice. Who should I show my poem to next? I'm going to do Sayori, because that one's going to be the most difficult one. This is a good poem, Bonesy. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in the spare time? I guess you're right. But that's what impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of this club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in this club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Bonesy. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's really something that only really good people do. God, really and only being right there fucked me up. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Sayori has like the most changing voices of like... She's going through her puberty, I guess. Because like, her voice changes every 5 minutes when I get to her. Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed. Making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. That sounds a little weird. Sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away the rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least it makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still try my best. Oh, yeah. It's shit. You're fucking trash, kid. Trash, kid. I didn't mean to say that it wasn't a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? Sounds just like you. Really? Yep. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school? I don't know why I read that as a question. I think it was a question, but I said it so weirdly. It's bad to skip breakfast. I skip breakfast all the time, and look at me. I get all cranky. I was gonna make a joke about me, but my brain went to like the SpongeBob gags, and I was like, I wouldn't be able to make that joke. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me. That was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah? But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Alright. Natsuki, this one's gonna hurt my throat. Bonesy, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. Well, fuck you too then. What? Harsh. What do you expect me to believe that you're actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? Kind of. I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put effort. Or put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'll like to read it. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'll tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyways, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Very short. There's a lot of paper here and like very small text. Maybe you should have got like a fucking notepad, so you don't waste as much paper because there's a lot of wasted paper. Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be so sophisticated and stuff. God, thank God I was able to say that in that voice. Saying anything in this voice hurts. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Oh, but isn't that the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. I wouldn't say that hit me hard, but your energy's up there. I like your enthusiasm. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Wordplay. I don't know why, but every time I mix up the words word and world, it just scares me because it could change the whole subject. God damn it. I hate these worlds. It's like, what are you, an alien? Look. Or like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the first line. So you did? Yes, more went into that than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? But doesn't the wiki say you're all 18? Like, what are you, youngest by like a day? I guess months. Yeah, I guess not. Or yeah, guess not. Aside the humor of that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. And my phone's going off again. It's nothing. Who should I show my poem to next? I once again... Oh, good thing I caught that. That happened to me a long time ago, and it's not repeating. Where I hit pause, and I went to answer a text, but when I undid it, I forgot to hit unpause. Whew. So I clicked on Yuri. That's all you missed. You didn't miss anything. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten up. Exceptional. What is that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. Huh? You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experiences do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words of the poem as if she's breaking it down more thoroughly. Damn. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And you don't have any. So, like, you're lying. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up writing styles separate from the topic matter, and then form fit them two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills of techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them, but building them and getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in this club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, or to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I would love to share my poem process behind it. Hiccups are gathering. Yuri smiles dreamingly as if it's the rare opportunity for her. Which in itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't it supposed to be allergical? Well, hopefully I could read this, because I'm not good at reading cursive. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminates in breath, the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood to test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Who had calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. My brain almost didn't understand calm because it has the semicolon there. My brain was like, what? Is that part of it? I guess to throw out there why I'm not good at reading cursive. Same thing. School decided to teach me cursive writing, but then also teaching me how to type fast. Did them at the same time, and doesn't matter because at the end they canceled both of them and the school year was over. So not only I didn't know how to write in cursive and read it, I'm also not good at typing fast. So thanks, education system. You're really helping me. I say helping me as if I'm still in it, but I'm not. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read it. Shut up. Well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Well, it's not as short as, biasness over there. Wherever she is in this empty classroom. But, you actually kind of took up the whole page, I think. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to rate something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Ooh. I just got a YouTube comment, so that kind of caught me off guard. It's like... Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Bonesy. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it. You only glanced over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their own work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of this poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it in that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's really not. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Bonesy. Me too. That was wholesome. Phew! Oh, thank God. When can we leave, Monica? It's like as if she's the teacher. Miss. Miss. I got a question. You can't even see my hand because it gets cut off. Phew. Guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. It's empty. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me from their mediocre writing abilities. Or from mine. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems could stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I expected for getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chattering. My eyes land on Neri and Natsuki. Okay, they begrudgingly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. So was I like a speedrunner? I was like here. I took up everyone's time. As they read in tandem, I watched each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows frowned in a frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. Damn. What is this language?
Did you say something?
It's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clear about the feeling of giving up. How could that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I suppose. I'm just saying you're stupid, okay? I'm just trying to be nice about it. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all.
Well, fuck you. I'm sorry. Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. That's not healthy at all. Suggestions are suggestions, even if they come from people who don't like you. Depending on how obvious that is. I'm saying that as if someone hates you, they'll obviously say bad things, but suggestions are helpful regardless of who they come from. Sayori likes it, and Bonesy did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you the same, some suggestions of my own. First of all,
excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I'll come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet, because you know, there's no class here. Look at you. Pathetic. And Bonesy liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. I didn't hear that across the classroom for you. Actually, you know what I heard? I heard you bitching. So, like, shut the fuck up, Natsuki. Why are you such a bitch? I don't know why I'm going off on her. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what I... you're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Bonesy appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
I know. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
If everyone's okay, well, if you know what, I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size larger as soon as Bonesy started showing up.
Whoa, calm down.
Really? I'm kidding.
Natsuki.
Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I can't do the echoing there, so...
This doesn't involve you.
This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as fuck. Doing that really threw me off. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there.
But Bonesy, she's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could just get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective. That sounds a lot egotism. I don't know why some egotism. Sounds like you have an ego. Then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all I can't speak. For no reason. I'm dying. I'm burping. I'm passing up all the gas in my body doing that voice. The meaning should jump out of the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Bonesy. I'm dying. I've been smoking 50 packs a day.
Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. The only way we convey complex feelings and meaning to the most effectively. Don't be Jimmy Neutron, Yuri. Don't say soda chloride to mean salt. We all know it. Just say salt. It's smarter to actually say the dumbed down version. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You'll understand that, right, Bonesy? Well. How do I get dragged into this into the first place? Not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course, that's gonna be. I'm not gonna engage. Sorry, you deal with this. Clean up on aisle 4. Natsuki glances at me, drying up at any words I had in my mouth. So instead, I turn to Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori. Yeah, everyone is making Sayori uncomfortable. So let's devote our attention to her. How are you feeling, Sayori? I just like doing like the pat that obviously makes you feel dumb. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Bonesy? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair to others to inject their own feelings into our conflict. Especially, I mean, only if your conflict wasn't screaming and yelling. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse? God, sounds like my parents. Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes. Stop! I don't want to scream. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people. And I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. That's why we are fighting. Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. A little too much information, sorry. Big and beautiful. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, is that why Sayori's vice president? I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own way, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes she's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see if she got herself hurt. I'll make 2 of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. I don't know why my brother was like, we're going to be outside. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How do y'all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I would say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Bonesy, how about you? I'll say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, did I learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes? With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Bonesy, ready to rock home? Sure, let's go. Hee. Sorry, beams at me. Okay. Truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either.
tried losing. I'm kidding. Sayori? What about what happened earlier? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. I'm gonna do the smart thing and save in a new spot. It's actually kind of hard to tell where I'm at. You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. Just wanted your opinion, that's all. I mean, I kind of do, but I can see why they'll make good friends with you. Phew! You know, Bonesy, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught into this kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does that really need to stop there? Well, I'll just see what we'll do. We'll see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her. But it's easy to use Sayori as an eternal monologue sometimes. That's kind of fucked up. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Alright. Now I'm going to save here. I'm going to use all of these 6 pages. And I'm going to call that today's episode. It's a long episode for me, for sure. Unedited. I've been sitting here for like an hour and a half. Probably an hour and a half video, to be honest. I don't think most of that will be cut. I think that will be mostly raw footage, if not with a lot of edits, probably. Hopefully edits. Hopefully I don't get too tired unless I'm like editing and I fall asleep. And I'm like, oh, I gotta upload in time. But yeah, can't believe I'm a literature club member. And next episode, we'll probably impress Yuri again, knowing me. I'm gonna pick these words. Unless you want me to go for someone else in the comments. I don't know. Leave your comments below. Unlike certain games, I'm not going to pre-record these. I want to actually record these along with you guys, I guess, if there is comments. So if you have anything, comment it now or tell me. I want to like actually do things. But yeah, if you guys enjoy this video, please like, comment, subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!